Xcalibur at Six Flags St. Louis is one of the most imposing looking flat rides out there. This is a rare evolution flat ride, and it looks like a giant inverting frisbee. Except this attraction offers a completely different ride experience. In this video, I will review Xcalibur. The evolution at Six Flags St. Louis was manufactured by Ronald Bussink. This Swiss company focuses mostly on Ferris wheels, but in the 1990s, they manufactured 3 different evolution rides, and Xcalibur was the prototype. This particular installation started on the European Fair circuit before coming to Six Flags Great Adventure in 1999. Then in 2003, this ride was moved to Six Flags St. Louis, where it was renamed Xcalibur and given a light medieval theme to fit in with the Britannica section of the park. Ronald Bussink only made 2 other evolutions. One is currently in storage in the Netherlands, and the other operates at a carnival in China. Fabry also made Volutions, and 2 operate in the US Fair circuit. I haven't ridden the one operated by Bishop Amusements, but I did ride the one operated by Butler Amusements at the Alameda County Fair in 2014. So that begs the question, for a ride that looks so cool, why weren't more manufactured? I think one of the reasons may be the reliability. For a long time, Xcalibur seemed to be closed more often than it operated, and I heard similar things back when it was a Great Adventure. Xcalibur was closed for the entire 2018 and 2019 season for an extended refurbishment, but the ride did seem to run reliably in 2020, as this is the only time I have ever been able to ride this attraction. I imagine the scarcity of the ride combined with all the moving parts make it a tricky one to maintain. But I am glad that Six Flags St. Louis did what they could to keep this rare ride operating, and it sure looks imposing. This flat ride is massive, standing 113 feet or 34 meters tall, and it looks great walking down the midway as you see the ride spinning and inverting simultaneously. I've only ridden this attraction once, but it was a walk-on. I'm not sure if that's usually the case though. The ride does have an astronomically high capacity of 64 riders per cycle, but it took an extremely long time to load, as the poor operator had 16 different gondolas to check before starting the ride. Each gondola consists of 4 riders, and everyone gets their own over-the-shoulder restraint. The gondolas are really cramped, especially if you're sitting next to someone else, and it's likely your arms and legs will be smushed together. Just be warned if you're claustrophobic. Off-ride, this attraction looks like an inverting frisbee, but the sensations are a lot different. There are 3 distinct sections of the ride, and they all feel quite different. And I'm going to use a clock for clarity. You have the lower section when you're at 6 o'clock. You have the sections when you're at 90 degrees, or 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And then you have the top section when you're at 12 o'clock. This ride starts off like a centrifuge when you're at the bottom. The arm is stationary, and the ride starts spinning, so the vehicles tilt 90 degrees backwards, so you're lying on your back staring at the sun. This spinning is quite forceful, and it feels like a toned-down version of the launch sequence on Mission Space. The G's are quite strong, and this is my favorite part of the ride. The arm slowly starts rotating. Emphasis on slowly. You rotate at an eye-popping 1 RPM. It literally takes 1 minute to make a full rotation on Xcalibur. As the arm rotates, your gondola no longer does, as the centripetal force holds it in place. But the positive G's don't feel as pronounced, and it actually weakens the higher you get off the ground. When you're at the 90-degree mark, this is the one part of the ride where you actually can invert. You invert too quickly to get any hang time. Rather, this part of the ride succeeds at being the most disorienting. Your equilibrium will be completely messed up and it won't be able to tell which way is up and which way is down. The top part of the ride is oddly the tamest part. You're staring straight at the ground and it feels like the insanity ride in the stratosphere. But if you have a fear of heights, this will probably be the most intense part of the ride. You don't really feel the G's during this section of the ride, it's all about the visuals. You then start rotating back down. At the 90-degree mark, you repeat the aforementioned inverting sequence, and then you return to the ground, slowly building up the positive G's again on the way. At the bottom, you get a few seconds where it feels like you're in the centrifuge again, but then you start decelerating, and then you tilt upright, ending the ride. The ride has a super short cycle, but it's probably to prevent protein spills. This ride is not for you if you're prone to motion sickness with all that motion. So what would I rate Xcalibur? I would give this ride a 6 out of 10. It's definitely fun, but I think it looks better than it actually rides. The mix of sensations is neat, but the intensity really fades at points during the experience. And it also has that really short cycle I mentioned. That being said, I'll ride this at least once per visit when it is operating because of how rare it is, and I hope it's not on its last legs after that long refurb. If you're into rare flat rides, do not miss Xcalibur, just have your expectations in check. So those are my thoughts on Xcalibur at Six Flags St. Louis, the only permanent evolution currently operating in the United States. Have you ridden this ride? Or have you been on an evolution elsewhere? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.